Keep you waiting. These three are the most unique, best of the best, you probably can't afford type of fidgets that you most definitely will still want as well. Starting off with what is the most complicated and popular fidget toy I own, the ACEDC Zoom Slider. But don't let the name deceive you, because it's literally everything in one. Made of just this chunk of metal shaped like a, well, let's just say a giant ring, but nothing you're not used to. And the details on this just go hard. So while it may not solve world hunger, this is still a sophisticated piece of machinery and honestly a work of art. You've got the option to slide out, slide in, massage your fingers with a clicker built in with a haptic wheel that spins both ways. And my favorite, well bam, a flip out mechanism that will finally make you feel like a total winner in bed. All combined, you've got about 5 fidget toys built into one. Next is a little more functional, as first and foremost, it's a working flashlight, but what's wrapped around it is what makes it so fun. The Manker Timeback 3 has a fidget spinner as a handle, which isn't even the best part, because taking a closer look, the rest of the design is functional too, with a clicker, mini fidget spinner, and a ratcheting spinner too. But to top it all off, even the power button has its own magic tricks. With lights built inside, it looks like something from another planet, and holding this in your hand feels like you should be shooting lasers at some aliens. Plus, it just feels premium thanks to its all metal design, a fidget toy you can actually take out with you and not have to worry about others staring at you from a distance. This one may look simple, but that's the beauty of it. Offering 2 actions in one, the Xi EDC MT-01 isn't only cool to say, but is just as wicked to listen to. With a slider that feels like you're reloading every time, combined with a ratcheting wheel like a forever lighter that you can just keep on flicking. Plus, thanks to its small size, it's like carrying a tiny lighter from the future. And yeah, you won't be able to put this down either. But I haven't seen one of these around in a while, hence why I store it away. So a huge thanks to Koenig and their EDC safes. While you may think it's overkill for fidget toys, it's actually the perfect combination of convenience and security. And yeah, it's got hydraulics, which might make it worth it alone just to see it do this. Look, I'm no safe expert, but this is a size I'm used to, and I can trust it to get the job done. Basically, it's like a tiny metal fortress, but for your gear, as it keeps your daily essentials safe inside. But it offers the option of a key card, keypad, and even your fingerprint to get inside. My personal favorite is the fingerprint reader, as it definitely makes you feel like a total spy. And I find it's the quickest and most accurate way to get in and out. There's plenty of room for your phone, wallet, and keys too, as it can just be the home to all your EDC when it's not stored inside one of your own pockets instead. Plus, the safe offers extra security features like arming it so any motion will trigger an alarm that's more annoying than these fidget toys. And to top it off, when plugged in, it even doubles as a bedside charging station too. So if you're interested in keeping your EDC safe, you can save some moolah with the link in the description down below. Now these ones are what you're used to seeing spinners, except one step further, because they're meant to be put on display instead of in your hand. My favorite and one of the first I ever purchased, because come on, the Zoser Pyramid is a double spinner, and I've got the copper version here, just this chunk of metal with some wicked detail around the faces of it. Your desk instantly becomes 3.5 times cooler with this on top of it. Now for something a little smaller, the Lautier Mini Dealer Chip. This one that's made of Zerk especially, because if you play poker, then you know what these are designed for. Otherwise, it's just a fun coin-sized thick boy spinner that does one really cool trick. But good luck finding someone that's willing to let theirs go. A new contender for my favorite desktop spinner is the Lautier Carnival though, mimicking a roulette table for all the wannabe gamblers that love seeing the ball go round and round, but can't afford to actually lose on red. This is the perfect substitute. It sounds satisfying, is mesmerizing to watch, and actually lands on a final number 2. For the best handheld experience, that goes to sliders. With a wide range of shapes and sizes, these 3 offer a little bit of everything, starting with the heaviest but also one you can just hold and not have to play with, the Tom EDC Mahjong V2 slider. If you've ever played the game, then you know how great a tile just feels in the hand, but its main purpose is this: a sliding action that gives a thunk every time it hits each end, and in one hand it can go on and on and on for the same sliding feeling without the loud annoying sound. Though the Mackie Capsule CP3 Nano is a tiny sandwich of metal and magnets that you may even mistaken for actual candy, but honestly this may still be more pleasing. Don't let its size fool you. With a dual action slide, this is endless amounts of fun. Yeah, fun, because hidden between your fingers, it's like you're squishing a tiny fruit, with the hardest part of this being to remember where you last left it. If you want to carry an actual tool though, the Tigard Column Mecha Pry Bar may have a long name, but is a fairly short pry bar that comes in handy for the sticky jobs when you don't want to use your fingernails. With the flick out bottle opener as a fidget toy in itself, but it's the slider built in on top that is surprisingly comfortable thanks to its textured grip too. Oh, and there's also storage space and a bit holder too, because at this point, why the heck not? If you want a design you can just toss into a pocket though, haptic coins are, well, familiar. They look and feel like your pocket change, but can do this instead. The YEDC pig coin is extra special because spinning one way is like a ratcheting chain, but turn it the other way and you get a thunk-a-dunk-dunk. Best of both worlds. Plus, they include a self-portrait around back too. It's definitely on the thicker side, but still feels very balanced in the hand too. Now, if you want that nostalgic feeling, the ACEDC haptic coins offer a series of designs to choose from, but this Pokemon engraving is not only the best in my opinion, it makes you feel like an actual Pokemon master. The rotating action gives a solid thud, and at about the size of a toonie and thickness of 3 coins, it makes for a perfect icebreaker. Like asking, what starter Pokemon did you choose? Because Charmander is the only right answer. Now to go completely left field with this is a fidget ring with the mechanics of a haptic coin built in. This is one of the sleekest looking ones too. The Project Ratchet ring just looks like a regular ring on a Wednesday, but if you've ever worn a ring, we all know you like to do this. And this design utilizes that motion and offers a rotating ring on top, giving you an extremely satisfying sound and movement combined with the convenience of it just sitting on your finger, which makes it the perfect option for anyone that always has busy fingers. For a collection that's more than a one-trick pony, hybrid fidget toys offer a combination of clicking, sliding, or spinning. And recently, this YEDC collab pig slider has occupied my pockets thanks to this, a giant switch. But then, wha-bam, a slider splits in half that offers a steady motion back and forth, which is rare to find in any dedicated slider to begin with. All that compacted into a tiny square shape with rounded edges allowing it to fit into your hand comfortably. But prior to daily carrying that, this was my personal EDC, the ACEDC Go Bigger Milkia slider, because when spun around, it felt like turning in old school flip phone if you were born before the year 2000. They just don't make them the same anymore. But this offers a fully rotating shell with the roundabout being able to spin freely too, giving off a solid click each time. But to top it all off, once spun open, it can also slide too. So you can imagine why this was my previous favorite with so much motion possible. You just won't need any other toy to keep you busy. That is until recently when the Mott Rhythm slider was released. I'd probably crown this as the best all-in-one option, and the price reflects that too. Consisting of 3 flat faces that slide along one another, it's this motion that differentiates it from the rest though. Being able to rotate while being pushed is a whole new level of fidget that you need to experience to understand when I say that it's probably the most fun you'll ever have with one. It's unique and not a combination you'll find anywhere else, and actually looks really cool to just carry around. However, for the god tier fidget toy category that started this whole trend, fidget spinners. And this isn't the same plastic spinners that you'd find at the dollar store checkout counter. These will definitely break the bank. But to start out with the most affordable and convenient to carry, the Tigard Sonic Mecha Bead, which as the name suggests, doubles as a bead so you can loop it into your wallet, knife, or paired with any of your favorite EDC pieces. The tiny size makes it a no-brainer if you want the occasional spin, but when not in use, it just looks like it's from 2069 or something. Then for the next evolution of spinners, the Go Bigger Pillbug is like if Optimus Prime took a dookie, and I'd imagine it would do this on its way down. A transforming spinner isn't something you'd expect to add to cart in 2023, but here we are. This is a must-have in the collection to simply experience and hear it when it does this. But then an older design but is still sought after as a grail with its all-metal design. It's perfectly fine as just a spinner, but flip it around and wha-bam. Each corner has a retracting slider built in too. Just imagine how many moving pieces are stuffed into this tiny body, and to top it all off, charge it up, spin it, and you'll get one of the trippiest eyegasms without even having to get high. I saved the best category for last, clickers, because you may actually be able to afford them, assuming your partner doesn't toss you out once they realize how annoying these are. However, like the satisfaction of a clicking pen, this feeling goes way back before fidget toys even existed, and that's why this 2EDC Coracle is built to do one thing: duplicate that feeling of clicking over and over again. The minimal design pairs perfectly to how simple the whole experience is, and honestly, that may be all you need, which goes for this too. The Fidget Things Chill Pill, and as the name suggests, is shaped like a pill to keep you chill, because when split in half, you get that same clicking feeling in a different format though, as this can actually be split in two separate pieces, offering different textures, materials, and therefore weights to choose from as well. Each offers a different experience in thunk level, ergonomics, and even function, like this extra large design that can be spun open and can even store your secrets inside, while still giving off that fidget energy. Now this is probably the most famous fidget toy I own, the Lautier Shuffle. The poker players out there will know how valuable these cards are, and that moment you reveal the two together is a feeling in itself. But Lautier capitalizes on that, giving you two clicking options. I've got the Zerk version, and the details on this will have you wanting an actual deck of cards in this design. Plus, this is the collab version with Urban EDC, which, fun fact, sold out in less than a minute when it launched, and you can see why. As one of my favorite fidget toys, I've even accessorized it with creators who made these storage cases for it, like this leather one. However, generally, these will only be available through the Facebook group. Thankfully, everything is linked down below.